Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom, and I'm excited to welcome my guest today. I have Matt Jordan joining me from Encore Bank. Matt is the VP of Community and Business Development at Encore Bank, and Encore is fairly new to the Nashville area. And so I'm really excited to introduce some of my followers to Encore Bank and talk about some of the great work that they're doing in the community as well as for small business owners in the area. Welcome, Matt. How are you?
Thank you, Daniel, for taking the time. Doing very well yourself.
I am fantastic on this beautiful Monday.
That's always good to hear because Monday
Yeah,
makes a difference for the whole week. So
exactly. We just got to speak it into existence. It's going to be an amazing week that we have
that's
this
right.
week.
That's right.
Well, I am really excited to have you and to learn more about Encore. I appreciate you taking some time with me. Tell us a little bit about the bank and the history of it.
Definitely. So Encore was born in 2019 at Little Rock, Arkansas. Encore is according to the market research, the fastest organically growing bank in the country. And they have really proved this recipe by growing organically simply by providing the difference that Encore is trying to bring to the table in comparison to regional banks. We're currently in 21 markets in 9 different states, everywhere between Texas through Tampa, the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, Little Rock, Arkansas, of course, the Nashville market, all the way up to Denver, Colorado. They specifically like to implement their branches at the busiest metropolitan areas. That's why in Nashville, we are in the Davidson County. We are in 16th Avenue currently, 2 minutes away from Vanderbilt and Belmont. But Encore truly started by asking the question to themselves, how can we provide a 200% world class client experience? I've heard about it. I've been in banking for 20 years. I used to hear it at the regional banks I worked in. I worked with 4 different regional banks, but it was hard to implement. They always said, we want to become the Chick-fil-A of banking. We want to become the Ritz-Carlton of banking. But to be able to provide that as a regional bank was very hard due to the fact that the team, the organization was spread very thin between commercial lending, mortgage lending, investment, premier banking, and the retail side. It was truly out of their control to guarantee that customer service. That's what Encore built it in a different aspect. They said, we're going to focus only on 2 things and 2 things only. Let's focus on the lending aspect of the banking and stop right there. Why? We want to stop there so we can be able to provide that extra concierge banking experience. So they only said, we're going to focus on mortgage lending, we're going to focus on commercial lending. That's literally the 2 buckets that Encore decided to select. We still do the basics between opening accounts and CDs and credit cards and what have you. But the 2 major things we work on are commercial lending and mortgage lending. That allows us as bankers to provide the concierge banking. For you to be able to call me on a Sunday or text your banker outside of banking hours on a Saturday and get a feedback right then and there. For us to say we are not going to send our clients to a 1-800 number, it doesn't make sense for that client to call somebody at a different country to solve a problem within their account or relationship that's housed here at the branch near their home, near their business. If we're good bankers and we're good enough, we can handle it within the branch level. This is Encore. They said, now that we have only 2 things to focus on, let's deep dive into them. They said only 19 banks percent of the banks in America are preferred SBA lenders. Now we are one of those 19%. They said we want to do everything commercial lending, and we sure do. From a simple 5,000 line of credit for a small mom and pop shop, all the way up to 100 million French eye commercial lending, Encore is able to house in here. The SBA piece, really, it's another avenue we're doing at no service fees. We're helping the government run some of their SBA lending at no cost, no extra fees, and in a less time frame. Instead of the application being sitting at somebody's office for 6 to 8 months, we can have it turn around in 2 simple months. 60 days.
Mm.
That's the commercial piece. They did the same thing with the mortgage. They said, let's deep dive into the mortgage solution and see how we can serve the community. Now we have everything from different programs to different segments of the community. Starting out with the hero mortgage, designated for the heroes that stood up during COVID and built a big and made a big difference. Nurses, teachers, firefighters, police department. Going to the CPA mortgage, only designated for accountant. Going to the physician mortgage, the other piece of the heroes. They also need to be able to build their home from scratch. So we have construction loans for physicians, and we have the regular portfolio. Then they studied the markets that they're currently in. For example, in Texas, Little Rock, and Tampa, the Hispanic population is huge. Also, the refugee population. In Nashville, we have the highest Kurdish refugees population in the country. We also just received 100,000 Syrian families out of the Syrian camp as refugees, not including the Afghani as well. So we said, let's produce something and introduce a solution just to help those communities. And sure enough, we did. Now, I have something called the I-10 mortgage, only designated for refugees, those who don't have their social security number yet. They can
Mhm.
still buy their dream home. They lost a home through the transition. So the first thing they're looking for now that they arrive to the US is to put a ceiling on top of that family and to call it home. We're able to provide that without a social security, and it's not going to be any house up to $1 million with only 10% down and no PMI. This is Encore literally building the car as they drive it. You can ask me how so? Well, they're going to look at each market and provide the need for that particular market. So we're not going to have just one box fits all and paint everyone with the same brush and be very comfortable turning people down because we have so many other applicants in line. No, we're going to work with each and every applicant as if it's the only application we have in house. And if we cannot do it in house, we're going to find government programs to help out. So currently, our mortgage team has great ties with the government programs, everything from the down payment assistance to the forgivable down payment assistance. To me, that's true banking. That's us going the extra mile to help you meet your goal, whether it's buying a house or opening a business. They have built this nice state of art office. It doesn't look like a traditional bank. Why? Because we want to empower the entrepreneurs, the business owners, grow their business. How are we going to do that? I can't just do it by being the regional bank and handing you a business account number at the end of the transaction and telling you, thank you for opening your account here. Good luck and good night with your business. That's not banking. I have to really support you grow. So, in my office, in this location, you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, can host events, can host networking events, can have your happy hour events here, or can reserve any of the conference room. We have 6 different conference rooms. We have the traditional conference room where it looks like it's going to require you to wear a suit and tie, but we
Mhm.
also have the casual setting where you can come here with casual outfit and still connect with your prospects, connect with your clients, connect with the community, and market your business at no charge. Whether you bank with Encore or you don't, you are free to use our office to connect. Who else is providing that? What other bank is helping you market your business, use their office after banking hours? What other bank tells you we don't have an 800 number? You can reach your banker via text, and the concierge piece of the equation will be supported. We will provide you with a feedback. What other banks is letting you know that this team is all here in this office? That means whether you need a commercial deal or you need a business mortgage deal or you need to talk to the treasury management, other banks I worked in, we had to email those people to connect with them. You are able to find all of us, the entire team, right here at the office. So when you come to visit us, you will shake hands with the treasury management personnel, with the commercial team, with the SBA team, with the mortgage team, right here and then. That's a unique difference. That's literally what Encore is doing. And our motto is building something different. And they're truly, comparison to other regional banks, are building something different.
I love it. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Matt, for
Yeah,
such a thorough overview of the amazing work that Encore is doing around the country. Well, in several different markets, but especially
yes,
here in
yes,
Nashville.
yes.
I want to go back to one thing that you said around supporting small business owners, whether it be for a small line of credit or $100 million, project.
That's right.
We work with, especially at Black Business Boom, we're working a lot with the mom and pop business owners that may be experiencing cash flow issues, may need a small line of credit to ensure that they are able to, pay for equipment or pay their staff while they're waiting on,
Mhm.
a net 60 contract to be paid out on. Can you talk to me a little bit about your offerings that for those mom and pop type of businesses?
Definitely. One of the pillars that I include in my current position is I also help organization meet with entrepreneurs and business owners and provide them with financial literacy, financial education. So before I talk about the products, I want to let you know that I am available to connect with those business owners, whether they're at the starting point, the median, or they're trying to grow an existing business, and teach him more about the financial aspect of the things and the financial literacy. I'm currently involved with doing work for Catholic Charities to help educate their banking school with junior achievement to help educate the new generations understand finance, but also with the Nashville Entrepreneur Center. I was selected as a mentor for the FinTech project, which is a financial technology. So that's a service that other regional banks really don't have the talent and don't have the experienced people within the branch level to educate you. What is the difference between your credit score and the business credit score? How is the importance of that in the business journey? But yes, along that, I am able to connect them with our SBA lenders. SBA is going to tell you this is going to be the easiest path for you to get a small capital or a medium sized capital at a very good competitive rate. Why? Because it's funded by the government. We will break down the sources for you. We will break down the element. We will connect you to where you need to be connected to reach your goal and to be able to get approved for that SBA loan. Whether that connection is looking at your credit score and finding if there's any issues from fraud to identity theft, and we having to clear those for you, we will connect you with that department that will take care of that. Whether that issue is building your tax return in a more appealing way that the lending aspect will get you approved, looking at your DTI and your income, we will help you build that. So it's not only us presenting you with a solution, it's literally walking you step by step, understanding that when we have an elephant and when we have an issue, the only way to address it is eating the elephant one bite at a time. That's how we progress and that's how you win. But literally, having the SBA program in place, having the traditional portfolio lending in place, we will find your story and we will connect you with the solutions prior to moving into the next phase of getting the approval or the process in place. We want to make sure that your financially or your financial story is appealing enough and it's ready for you to ultimately get approved. That's really what we do when it comes to small business lending. We want to see, is it a story of you having that business credit card and understanding the value of having a credit card, protecting your identity, building your business credit score, like I just mentioned, having a nice revenue aspect when it comes to cash back, but also having a nice rhythm when it comes to looking at your expenses at the end of the year with your CPA, being able to pull everything on one expense report. Why? Because you've used that credit card for everything is business only, making the CPA more ready to address exactly what was the cost of that business, all the way up to opening a line of credit to back your business up just in case, understanding the difference between a line and a loan, introducing you to some short term loan opportunities to a longer term, finding your full financial picture and breaking it down to you so you understand maybe the solution today is not just a small business loan. Since I'm a homeowner, maybe my solution is to get a line of credit out of the house to use that line of credit for my business. So letting you know that there's more to it than just a traditional business loan To me, it makes a big difference when I'm having a one-on-one with a business owner because they need to know all the options, not just one.
I love it. That is amazing. And that is really the importance of having a relationship with your banker and also having a knowledgeable banker that knows your situation and can help you craft solutions, because there's really not a one size fits all approach to
No.
banking, right? And, many times when you are dealing with larger banks, you don't really get that experience of your banker truly knowing you and being able to say, hey, well, what about pulling out some equity out of the home instead of, taking a line of credit for the business? Let's do a HELOC, or, so again, that's really the importance of knowing your banker and knowing that you have a good banker that's knowledgeable, and that you also keep your banker abreast of what's going on in your life.
That is huge. I managed four regional banks throughout my journey. I've been in Nashville since '96, and I worked through two different mergers. I was there with M South and Regions. I was there with SunTrust and BB&T, and I've realized that at most 90% of the time, when they're looking for staffing or for looking to fill a position, that the experience is not really a major factor. It was just finding some banker to sit behind the desk to fill that position. So most bankers were not qualified and ready to really have a nice financial conversation or to really move the client toward financial confidence. And I was like, wow, so they're missing out. The client is missing out because they're not getting the full picture, the opportunities. But also, the banker is not confident enough to introduce solutions outside of the box. I think when the bank says we are betting on growing and helping that business market their business, that is one true definition of becoming a banker. Because when I help you market and I provide you with my office, you better believe that I'm going to also help you have access to my Rolodex, my 20 years in banking, have access to my experience, and being able to select a bank that have selected each and every employee in here. We've been selected, handpicked from the national market. Our mortgage lender, Jason Black, his name is in the Hall of Fame of Junior Achievement. Our commercial lenders, they've been in business for 20 to 30 year plus. So am I when it comes to CRA. So that makes a difference because once you walk in and we sit and we meet with you, you already have all this free resource and all this knowledge being presented to see how we can assist you, how you can grow as a business. I think banking should be a lot more than me handing you a business checking account number and telling you good luck and good night. You know what I used to do when I went to business calls? I asked the business prospect that I visited one question. When was the last time the branch manager where you're currently banking came to your business and said, hello, how is things going? 95% of the time they said, Matt, it has been years. I only see him if I go to the office and they happen to be there and I'm making a deposit. I was like, so they want you to invest in their bank, but they're not even investing in your own business by stopping by and giving you updates about the community, the economy, your particular business. Banks should have access to vertical IQ, a way for us to research your business and see what's working, what's not. And since you're a busy entrepreneur and you don't have time to research that, we as bankers, we should provide you with that data. Encore has a huge platform to research business via a vertical IQ and understand the current strength and the weaknesses and presenting that to our entrepreneur on a quarterly basis. That means you will hear from me four times a year minimum about what changes are out there and what you need to do different to succeed. Whether it's a new platform you need to download and start using, whether it's a new marketing aspect people are using, or whether it's your particular business, staffing, CEO, COO of the business, whatever structure you have, what do you need to do different and what task you need to give people on top of their tasks to keep the needle moving. It makes a big difference.
Sorry, I was muted. I have it absolutely
I can still read your lips.
makes an amazing difference again. having a great banker can really truly make a difference in the strength of your business, but also your personal finances as well, and helping you to plan for the future. Matt,
Yes.
if there are folks that are tuned in and they want to learn more about Encore, they're interested in booking a conference room or just having a conversation with you about their situation and
Yes.
just kind of getting involved, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
So, I mean, like I told you, being a concierge, white glove boutique banking, you're able to connect with me in any way possible, whatever is convenient, via email, by texting me, by calling me, by having this kind of meeting on Google, Zoom, Teams meeting. This is literally, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to reach out by coming to this office so you can see exactly how you're going to market your business in the future. When you walk in the office and we have a meeting, immediately your logo will be presented on the monitors of the branch. So that means if you walk in with a prospect, you're going to feel like you're walking into a branch that actually banks you, not to a stranger place. So you're going to feel, wow, my logo's here. The prospect is going to see my logo. I'm already fit in. This is my place. You're going to be able to use that first impression towards your benefit. So you can connect with me via any of those social media
What's
avenues.
the best email address for you, Matt?
It is my first name, Matt, dot my last name, Jordan, at bankencore.com.
Perfect. I'm dropping it in the chat so that folks, there we go. I'll drop it in the comments so that folks have direct information to get in touch with you. Bankencore.com. If you want to learn more about Encore Bank, you can go right on the website, but Matt has given us his email address. So feel free to reach out to Matt if you got questions, you want to learn more, you want to, like he said, hop on Zoom, Google Meet, Teams, and have a chat or go into the office and sit down and talk about your situation. Please reach out to Matt so he can connect you to the right resources here in Nashville. Matt, I truly appreciate you. I appreciate you so much just answering my call when I was like, hey, let me introduce myself as a random person and please take some time to come and chat with me and tell me about your bank. I really appreciate you so much for
Definitely,
answering
definitely.
my call, and I look forward to continuing to partner with you.
That is definite. This just shows how we are vested in having an organic relationship get built up. I met you on LinkedIn, which is a huge platform. Some people take that advantage and connect, some don't. And from LinkedIn, we had a one-on-one. From the one-on-one, we are meeting today because
Yeah.
it's truly the way to succeed. Whether you're a business, an entrepreneur, a professional, the networking you do, the connection you make makes you and provides you with a difference. The only way I can succeed if I know what you do, and the only way you can succeed if you know more about what I do. Why? Because eventually you'll be able to connect that client with their needs. I like something about Encore, two things actually. How the email says Bank Encore, it doesn't say Chase Bank or Bank of America or Regions Bank. So the word bank precedes the name of the bank because we want you to know you're able to bank this way, the way we are trying to build something different. It's the way the Encore Bank. So Bank Encore means you're banking the Encore way, which is to me is to your advantage. And one mission statement I always use, our job as bankers should always be moving you toward financial confidence. Why? So you can enjoy the moments that matters the most in your life. If your
Mm,
bank is not providing you with that peace of mind as a business, as an entrepreneur, because sometimes we open the businesses, we want to step away from being into the corporate world. However, it's very fast if we don't have a control rhythm that the business end up working us versus us working the business. And for you
absolutely.
to have the recipe to control your business and have that confidence so you can enjoy your families and the moments that matters the most, it's the true definition of how a bank can make you succeed. And that's what Encore is all about, moving you toward confidence so you can enjoy the moments that matters the most in your life.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much, Matt. This was amazing. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. You all have Matt's contact information, so make sure you reach out and learn more about Encore Bank. All right, Matt, thanks again.